Welcome back, boys, to another content review on the channel. I'm Slater, and in today's video, I'll review the brand new Prime Roberto Carlos SBC. We will open this MLS TOTS Upgrade SBC on this video to help you determine if you want to complete the SBC or not, and we'll dive into all the other content. So let's have a nice little time here. I'm having a great day. Hopefully you are too, wherever you're watching this in the world. I'd actually love people to comment where you are in the world as you watch this. I'd love to know where this freaking little video that I make every day reaches across the world. I had some breakfast this morning and I was watching some Ted Lasso, and all things just seem to be, it just seems to be a good day. And so hopefully you're having a good day too. And enough of me rambling, let's dive into this thing, okay? First and foremost, we have, we'll go through the main content today. We'll start with the MLS TOTS upgrade. So this is if you want to get yourself potentially a TOTS player. Now there are a couple guys that are really good. Vela, Almada, and Mukhtar are kind of the big hitters from this MLS TOTS upgrade that you could potentially get. The rest of the team is pretty low caliber. So you're really shooting for, you know, big time cards, or at the very minimum, hopefully some high rated cards to make this good value. It's 284 overalls for an 83 overall team, which is very fair, right? I mean, you could easily grind that throughout the day. Now, granted, maybe you'd rather prioritize this over your La Liga 81 by 11, or maybe you'd say, I'd rather use those 84s for the La Liga team. So whatever you prefer, that's your own prerogative. But for your sake and for my sake, to help you determine if this is potentially a good SBC, I will open this here and maybe help you out just a little bit. So let's go over here to our store, dive in a little bit, and figure out if this is a good pack. Hopefully we get one of the big ones, but no worries if not. I hate that it always goes to the right. It always makes me think it's going to be worse, so I have no idea who that is. It's an 89 rated Glesnes. So shout out to all my Norwegian hombres out there. Shout out if you have like an Erling Haaland in your team. There's a new link for you. I actually reviewed this card. He's like tall, he's pacey, he's like a nice looking card, but he's, you know, he plays for the Philadelphia Union and he's in the MLS and he's Norwegian, and for that reason, no one will probably ever use this card. So there is Glesnes is what I got back. An 89 for what I put in is very fair in terms of the fact that like it'll help me do the La Liga upgrade tomorrow, right? That's kind of always my thought process when it comes to these. Now let's dive into Roberto Carlos and figure out if he's good value for you too. So Roberto Carlos is an interesting card in a lot of ways. So he's 3-star, 2-star, which sucks, right? But high, 5'6". He can play left back and left wing back. He has great pace splits. He's got that crazy shot power and free kick accuracy, which he should have because of just how incredible of a ball striker he was in real life. Dribbling stats are okay. Defending stats and physical stats. There's actually a lot about the card that when you look at the stats, you're like, you know, considering the stats that a lot of cards have now, it's like, do I really want to get a card like this? Long throw-in, power free kick. Internally, he's 6 segments. He's a bronze squad and a silver squad, and then a bronze and silver squad for the loan version of him. Then an 85 overall with the Team of the Week, Team of the Season, or FUT Champs player. An 86 overall with a Prime Electrum back. And then an 87 overall with the Team of the Week, Team of the Season, or FUT Champs player, and a rare mixie back. So the packs back are pretty good, actually, or comparatively to what we're typically used to. And I think this is going to be an interesting one, the way that I approach this. And I'm going to explain to you why I think this actually is a good SBC. It's going to not make a hell of a lot of sense to you, but I'll try and do the best that I can. So once again, so on my stream, I review teams for free. So if you guys never been over SlaterAC on Twitch, there's no channel point redemption or anything. If you want to show me your team, dude, I'd love to see it. I'd love to know what you guys are working with. Who's your channel legends? Who's your guys? And so the one thing I always see most of the time, now granted it's changed a little bit now through Team of the Season, is that people's typically wingbacks are often one of the weakest points in their team. And although Roberto Carlos, if you jump over here, his live card's 278,000 coins, and his stats aren't that crazy. Like when you really look at, you know, in the 80s, like statistically, considering a lot of cards are really high and really juiced nowadays in TOTS, like it doesn't look that crazy, right? Now most people, I'm assuming, use a shadow on him, and they do. So if you wanted to use a shadow on him, I'd also consider an anchor, by the way. I think an anchor would make a lot of sense too. But a shadow, wherever the heck that is, get some max pace and really, really good defending stats. Or an anchor, which if I can find that, you know, gives him, once again, really great pace. I would go with an anchor personally because I'd want to boost the physical stats. But nonetheless, he looks like a really good wing back. And he is a really good wing back with high work rates. And if we go over on FUTBIN, we go to this tab, he's at 230,000 coins. You get packs back, right? And 223,000 coins. His live card's 278. So I think it's good value. Now, here's what I will say. Typically, I always compare players on these SBC reviews because I think it helps us kind of visualize if it's good or bad value. And this is going to sound a little bit crazy, right? Because 242,000 coins left. So you can get this Javi Gaelan, who's out right now, who's 4-star, 4-star, which is better than 3-star, 2-star. He's got more pace. He's got 12 more dribbling, 5 more passing, 3 more physical, and the same defending. So everything that I'm saying is going to go, well, why the hell would you do Roberto Carlos when you could get this card for 28K, right? Or even that, like, Jose Gaia, or if you can even get to a Balde, right? Balde, who is, I'm assuming, around the same price as this card. No, 123K, right? I would say this. Like, he's just, even though it doesn't make sense, he's going to be better than this card. He just is. And I've played a lot of FIFA, and this guy's always hard to play against when people have him if they're a good defender. Like, Roberto Carlos is just good in game. I don't really know how to explain it. He just is, in my opinion. I have a hard time playing against him. I think he's small, but his physical stats is good. He feels quick. He's got, like, there's just something about the card that is good. He just has it. You know, it's just, sometimes icons just have it. You can't explain it by the stats. It's just in the game. He's going to dunk on this card. What I would say is if you had the opportunity to get Alex Balde, because I've heard nothing but glowing reviews, I would probably pivot to this type of card personally over value. But if you don't have the coins, I do think that Carlos could serve a role for you. And I think the realistic thing is that he's very grindable, right? I mean, 87, 86, and 85 at this point in the game is pretty easy to get. You know, I just did an 83 rated team and got an 89 back, right? And that would be a huge chunk into this 87. So I think that this is a card that if you want him, although there are other options in the game, and it's kind of like, well, it doesn't really make sense to the price. Like, he's just going to be good. And you have to trust me on that. And if you want that card and he fits your team and you don't have the physical coin resources to get a Balde or something like that, I think that's a decent option. I really do. I usually never say stuff like that on here. I'm usually pretty stat oriented, but this one I feel a little different about. Then we have the UCL Final 23 set, which if maybe you're an Inter fan or a City fan, I freaking hate Inter, but I'm an eBay fan, and that's just a different story. No disrespect if anybody watching is an Inter fan, but it's just, hey, listen, it is what it is. UCL Final 23 set, there's a bunch of stuff in here if you want to kit out your club and all UCL things. Of course, do your daily login, dude, okay? Don't make me freaking remind you. Just do it now. Go, go, go. 81 by 11 upgrade is regen. We know the price of that as well. So let's go pop over to our objective content. I don't think we're going to have anything, but I have to look, right? We legally have to look. Nothing in the objective category, right? No, nothing there. And here, nothing either. So that's my content review for the day. I just want to know where you're from. I'm going to put a pinned comment below so you'll be able to read. I just want to know where the heck in the world we're reaching these videos from. And wherever you are, man, I hope you're having a great day. Whether it's Tuesday night for you, maybe it's Wednesday, depending on where you are, potentially in like Asia or something like that. Maybe it's freaking, I don't even know. Could it be earlier than this? Yeah, maybe you're on the West Coast of the U.S. I just want to know where y'all are from. And I appreciate all the support on these videos always, man. You guys are the best. I love y'all. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be live later on Twitch with a little stream with some people just hanging out and having a good time. I hope to see some of you there. If not, maybe the next time. Peace.